Good morning from Aberdeen. It's breakfast time, so we got some muffins
with some bloobs.
Some coffee, hot chocolate, whatever.
Maybe.
So, that'll get us started on today. First order of business today will be the Maritime Museum. So, we'll see you there. Hey. So I figured a lot of you guys probably haven't seen what the inside of a hostel would look like or really know what it's like. So basically it's like this. Just a handful of beds. There's my bed. And that's about it. And there's like, go out in the hall and there's another room across the hall. Same as this one. There's a bathroom, there's a shower room, and then they have like a kitchen downstairs where we had breakfast, where you can cook and or eat or whatever. So this room has, looks like 8 beds, and some can have more. We stayed in the 16 bed one, and some can have less. I've stayed in ones that have 3 or even just like 2 bunk beds, so depends on the place, but usually the more people in a room the cheaper it is, so you sacrifice a little bit of privacy but you save some money, so it's good if you want a cheap stay. So, interesting fact that we learned yesterday is all these big massive granite buildings used to be ship captains' houses.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's walk. And so,
it was
yeah.
Like the ship hands and the fishermen and all that stuff lived down by the docks, and the captains were too good to live by those guys, so they built big fancy houses along this street, and I'm assuming the one that we're staying in, it used to be a captain's house too.
Yeah, more likely than not. So all these fancy granite mansions around here that are now hostels and like businesses, and there's some that are like some sort of schools as well. They're all built by the rich people to live in back in the day. And so yeah, near the city center is where all the poorer people, the just regular ship workers would live. So right now, Kira is using an ROV, or remotely operated vehicle, and she's supposed to pick up that little barrel there with her claw. I've already successfully completed this, so it's Kira's turn now. We'll see if she can do it. This is just one of the little interactive exhibits at the Maritime Museum. So yeah, it is kind of difficult. Once you figure out the controls properly, it's easier, but also the little glass tube kind of distorts things, so it's a little hard to perfectly see what you're doing. Are you gonna be able to do it?
I lose. I can't do it.
Failure. So here's the view from the top floor of the Maritime Museum, looking out onto the harbor. You can see some ferries out there, and it seems appropriate for, you know, a museum that talks about the history of Aberdeen, and it's all of its maritime endeavors, from fishing, whaling, all sorts of shipping stuff, shipped all over the world, like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, India, China, Italy, everywhere. So Aberdeen has always been a very maritime focused place. And then the odd place out was odd exhibit out anyways, toys and games, which is this little random exhibit that just goes through the toys of the different time periods, like from the 40s all the way over to the 2000s. And most of these I have not seen. Started there and now I'm there. But there's about 60 years of toys that I didn't have much to do with. But a lot of it's still the same as today. Star Wars. I think that's Duck Hunt or something. Pong. There's Pong. Train sets. Godzilla. Stuffed dog. You name it. So, oh, and up here just said a tiny little Lipton's tea truck thing. So, that is the toy exhibit. We're now at the Prince of Wales pub. We got a tip that it's cheap food and good, so we came to check it out. So far, oh yeah, and it's supposed to be one of the oldest pubs in the city. So far, it's looking good. There you go. So there you have it. We're at the Aberdeen Science Center, and I'm gonna do some experiment. I'm supposed to wet my hands in the water, and I'm supposed to rub the edges of this bowl thing and make the water like vibrate. So see what happens. Science. No, yeah, sure.
Okay, apparently this is gonna be...
And then stop it. Trippy. It's the atmosphere. We're in the theater right now.
The movie hasn't started, don't worry.
4:30 or something like that.
4:36.
Because in this country, everything closes at 4.
Or 5.
Pretty much, so after we got out of the science center, there's not a lot else we could do tourist-wise, so we figured, hey, let's go see a movie. So we're going to see The Passengers, I think. Yep. And that one's looks pretty cool, so we'll tell you how it is afterwards. Bye-bye. Well, it's nighttime now. And for real, actually, it's like 7:30 or something like that. So we're heading back to the hostel after the movie, which was very good, by the way. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I recommend it to everyone. It was called The Passengers. Yep. So after that, we went to a place called
Chopsticks.
Chopsticks, that's what it was. A noodle bar. It's basically you just kind of make your own little stir fry thing almost. Like you choose a noodle or rice base, and you choose what kind of meat stuff to put on top. So I had like Thai caramel chicken and salt and pepper chicken. That was really good. What did you have
I had sweet and sour chicken and Korean barbecue. It was only chicken, there wasn't a lot to choose from, but you know.
Yeah, it was still good and cheap, so.
And very filling.
Yeah, fit all of our requirements pretty well. So we stopped in there, had supper, now we're just walking back to the hostel. So tomorrow is our last day here. Leave at 6 p.m.
It's probably most of the time that we would have to do stuff anyway, because everything closes before then anyway.
So we'll probably go to, what, the Toll Booth Museum?
Yeah, the Winter Gardens. It's like an indoor garden, basically.
Yeah.
that has like tropical plants and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And we might see if we can walk along the beach if we have time to do that. Not a warm beach, but still a beach. Probably good views of the North Sea.
Probably less cold than a Canadian beach.
Right now it could be. And so yeah, that'll be our day and you'll be along with us again. So, until tomorrow, good night.
And good luck.